Hello, gamers. I'm simply lost in the investigative jazz mood, ready to investigate, ready to explore some secrets, uncover some identities. This is the RATLINE. Welcome, late night gamers, to a late night stream. We're here playing the RATLINE. This game is by Owlskip Studios. I think it's Studios. I spoke to the dev, and they might be coming by today or in one of the future streams, so keep an eye out for that. This is a the Root Trees Are Dead is similar to this style of game. But Owlskip has been making games like this since before Root Trees Are Dead. So I want to give them their due. I want to give them their laurels for hacking it out. This is also, I think, probably going to be more historical, although I have to assume not explicitly fully historical, but somewhat more. The RATLINE is based on more real historical events. So I think we're gonna dive right on in. I hope I wasn't supposed to email the dev. I think I already emailed and told him I was gonna do this. I'm gonna double check. Yeah, I told him. Yeah, I wasn't allowed to say Nazi in the Twitch message blast. Rory, that's incredible. Yeah, you should be able to say Nazis in the chat, unless something's gone horribly wrong. Paul, I think this is going to be a good mystery game. Yeah, I'm feeling it. That's us. We're a private eye.
Soon, boy. Soon. Just one last case.
Mectel, I don't ever have devs show up in the YouTube chat. I don't know if YouTube has quite the same notification system in place that Twitch does. So they haven't showed up so far. Wow. Hilarious. Hilariously. The game is a little quiet. I'll pop it open and see if we can't get that a little louder. Whoa! Is the dog the snoring sound? That's really funny. Okay. The answer is yes. The dog is the snoring sound. So we can make his snores really loud. I'm going to make him more atmospheric. Can't turn it up much here, but I can turn it up in my software. I'm going to turn it up all the way in the software. It is just sort of quiet right now, so... And then everything else and max a dog? No, I want to jive. What do we think noir mode is? Oh. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense, actually. Phone auto dial, hints. Okay. We'll see. It might get quite loud. Once there's actually audio happening, but we'll see. All right. We already did this intro. 100 bits for Pupper. Sorry, Pubber. We already did this in the tutorial, but we're going to do it again. Click on any pinned piece of evidence. So we're trying to assign the name and assign a photo So very much, again, like what Root Trees Are Dead did. But they did it first. I want to emphasize that. Okay. My regards from the Garden State. Looking for your help picking out a wanted fugitive. Bill Campbell is a fraudster and identity thief. He likes to move towns regularly, reinventing himself. My suspicion is that his new alias will hold up to casual usage, but he probably needs to use his real name for other things, financial, legal. Look out for any evidence that leads you to him. Please, could you pick up his new alias, first and last name, plus his current location? Okay. Can I make this bigger? Yes, okay. Sorry, nobody asked me, but I was like, the seal's quite small. I don't know how small it is for you. Oh, nice. Okay, so we can make it full screen as well. Good. Okay. So we've got some people. The Camden bus tours. Since hitting the roads earlier this year, Camden Bus Tours has been steering visitors through sights and sounds. So there's people who went on it. Peter Giacometti received a special visit. Clearly the tour smash. Okay, medium screen camera. All right. Oh, I should also mention, I just got back from PAX East. It was an absolute delight. I got stopped by so many lovely people. So if you stopped me, hello, thank you. And I met lots of lovely people, played a lot of really good games. Overall, it was a delight. Okay. I'm gonna make a write-up post for my Patreon soon. Oh, Mob Man, I'm sorry I didn't see you. I mean, I don't know what you look like. This is one person has to recognize me. It's always the weirdest part to me, because like I'll make plans to meet people that I only know on the internet, and I'll be like, you have to say hello to me, because I will not know who you are. Okay. Current location, Camden. Camden, New Jersey. Do I click and drag? Yeah, okay. And then surname. Let's see. His new alias. Oh, I see. Oh, no, this is just side details. Okay. Did I get to meet Dan Olson? I believe so. I don't always get people's names. I always try to. But I don't always get people's names when I meet them. But I think I did. Loved every minute of it. R. Green. Owner B. Campbell. I see. Child's Watch Seiko. Owner B. Randall. I see. B. Campbell. Roger Green is maybe the fake name. R. Green. Oh, they're in Collingswood. Not New Jersey. Green? Roger Green? And then, do I have a photo? Do I have a photo? It's so funny that you can see, like, I don't know if you can see it, chat. There's ever so much of a tan line on this kid's wrist from where his watch was stolen. Something about that really inherently funny to me. I don't know how to get photos. Evidence journal. Maybe I can't do photos yet. That's fine. We'll just go forward. Oh, assign a photo. Okay. You can click on any person in the photo to assign them to your suspect. Oh, I guess maybe I'm just clicking and dragging. There we go. Okay. The addendum to the fact that I just got back from PAX East is that I'm tuckered. I'm tuckered out. I'm so tuckered out. I'm maximum tuckered. Hold to get a hint about a document or a conversation you haven't discovered yet. Yeah, we'll do that. This is an evidence hint. Click the button below. Oh, you can use these hints. Next hint gives answer. Give you price solution of how to find it. Now you can exit. Okay. Character hit. Press and hold the question mark next to any field. This is an exemplar. Click for actual hints. Bill runs the bus company. Bill Campbell is in the center of the photo. Did he just steal this photo from these other people? That would be crazy. Open the glossary. Okay. Results will return the following. More than 2 errors have been made. Less than 2 errors have been made. You're close. Nap stream, don't tempt me. Yeah, I might do a shorter stream. We're gonna see. Did I fly there? Yes. Flied there, and I flied back. You're entirely correct and complete the level. Okay. You need their likeness by dragging the photo, their current pseudonym, first and last name, and their current location. If a person is deceased, you can mark their location as the last place they were seen alive. There might be multiple photographic instances of a suspect. You can use any likeness regardless of their age in the photo. There may be some depictions of people that are pictures within pictures. These are not selectable. Okay. I was gonna be like, damn. Rory, it's true. Oh, okay. Well, maybe we'll we'll raid Val. Shift to magnify. Oh, okay, I can do 1, 2, 3. Isolate the document. Okay. Open document, close document, pinning evidence, press the pin button. Were the airports backed up? Absolutely not. No, not in any way. To be fair, I was flying into and out of St. Louis and Boston, which are, I think, relatively smaller airports than some of the big boys, but I had absolutely no issues. Okay, so we can pin stuff. Can resize stuff. To snap evidence, press and release shift. How the evidence snaps depend on whether you have selected the evidence to stack or go to unique areas. All right. Huh? Rolodex, your repository of businesses. You can click on any business to bring up the phone and start a call. While you can attempt to call any business, not all will be reachable. Any resulting conversation will be recorded in the transcript sections of your evidence later. These conversations may yield new pieces of evidence which will appear either in the same folder or directly on your board, depending on their relevance. When this becomes available in level 3, I have to level up to get to the library. That's really funny. You can look up documents in the New York Public Library using the Library tab. This function inside of your search tool, you can open up any document by clicking on the document icon on the right hand of the listing. Managing Director. See if you've cracked the first case. Oh. There are more than 2 errors. I think it's from Camden, if I remember correctly. photos right. I think it's... says our proud owner. Yeah, Peter Giacometti. Hey, Phoenix. Giacometti. Alright. Tell me, rat. Yeah! All answers are complete. Tracked down Bill Campbell in Camden, New Jersey. He's been running bus tours under the name of Peter Giacometti. Seems like the tours haven't been doing all that well, as he's been pawning items, including his son's watch to a man named Green. Looking forward to working with you again. Sending my bill separately. Finished day. All right. Did I hang out with Gabe and Tycho? Not this time. We've done panels together. I've done panels with some of them in the past. Yep. Not Gabe and Tycho, obviously, but... Is this Perlman? It's 3 in the goddamn morning, that's what it is. I'm not joking, Mr. Perlman. Yeah, nor am I, buddy. What do you want? Mr. Perlman, may I ask, what does the RATLINE mean to you? The RATLINE? Never heard of it. Sounds like a pest thing. How about Bishop Tura? Huh? You have an article about him on your wall. Did you know that Bishop Tura was a former member of the Nazi Party? Hang on 1 second. Get back to that bit about you spying on me. Who are you? He wrote extensively about how the Catholic Church and National Socialists could become allies. Later, he put his words into action. How so? Bishop Tura was in the business of human cargo. On the night of his death, he had on him a list of Nazis he smuggled out of Italy after the war. A list? That's what the RATLINE is. A passage to freedom for the perpetrators of human misery. Tura was a key helper. How did he manage that? He used his influence to remove them from prison, hide them in his monastery, secure documents, and arrange transport. Capable guy. What does that have to do with me? Mr. Perlman, I must be brief. We have a list, but we need an outside source to help us. You are well known as a top sleuth. That's me. Ah, buddy, I don't know who you think you're talking to, but do you want to go after them, Mr. Perlman? These Nazis, these killers? Many of them live comfortably, growing old and fat. They believe they are beyond our reach. And this may be our last chance. We'll start feeding you names. With each case, you'll receive a dossier. When you're done with one, the next will follow. This continues until they're all found. Hey, just a second. Wait. You know, we can do a retainer. This won't be cheap, but I can work something out. Good night, Mr. Perlman. Await our contact. Wow, pro bono Nazi hunting. The dream. Voluntold. Yeah, Geosty. I got voluntold. Yeah, the thick 70s stash is really good. Oh, this is a marathon crossover. That's fun. All right, find a document. Some documents can be flipped. Click on the arrow to see what's underneath. This will open as a separate window for easy comparison. Call your contact Diego. Oh, I love this. Love this music note. Diego Rodrigo Tailoring. Ah, I see. I can have it auto dial. That's what it mentioned in the chat or in the description. No, this will be nostalgic for me. Back when I used to use a calculator to call people. I like that the numbers are one short. Just a smart way of doing. Hello, is this Diego? It is. A pleasure to meet you. Mr. Perlman, is it? Yes, it is. I believe you've been looking into the Schultz brothers? I have. My brief was to look for German dentists in Buenos Aires. I don't mean to alarm you, but there are a lot of them. I've really had my filling. Oh, I like Diego. I see. It's a little joke, you see. Like fillings. That dentists give. No, I get it. Anyway, I have one promising candidate. Dr. Schmidt. What can I help you with? Tell me more about this Dr. Schmidt. Dr. Schmidt is a practicing dentist of some renown in Buenos Aires. I should know, because I've become his patient. He's quite chatty in between sessions with the drill and flyers. Do you know Schmidt's first name? I have not been able to discover it. He has no certification in his office. Highly suspect, if you ask me. I've never encountered a dentist who didn't want to parade his honors. You have any family? Speaks fondly of his older cousin in Canada. Whoa. Interesting quotes. Apparently his older cousin pioneered a rather celebrated new technique called oronectomy. Dr. Schmidt also claims to have played a role. You know much about it? Me? No. But Nico, a charming fellow patient visiting from Paraguay, spoke highly of the same procedure he had with Dr. Schmidt last January. So how are we going to track down his cousin, a dentist in North America? Dentists in Canada need to conform to national certification, so he'll likely have retrained. I'd suggest speaking to the National Dentist School and taking it from there. Okay. Does he have, like, a scar? A big Nazi tattoo? Apart from his beard? No, I don't think so. Alright. Okay. My pleasure. I appreciate your war on dentist. The gums of Navarone, if you will. Call anytime. Buen dia, Diego. Love Diego. Love Diego a lot. The gums. Okay. Alright. Oh, no. It's trying to increase the size. Okay. A current patient list. So Nico Schroeder, oronectomy 38, SRP posterior, fillings 2-3, extract primary, oronectomy. Lovely music, Paul. Very soothing. Very chill. Alright, let's flip a document. Alright, so we've got brothers, Ralph and Fitz Schultz. This is your first case, the Schultz brothers. Wanted since 1949, is believed they fled initially to Seville and then to South America. It's possible they're not anymore identifying as brothers, but as some other close family members. Cousins. We've contacted an associate in Buenos Aires to assist you. Okay. My new good friend Diego. Okay. So we know one of them, at least at some point, had a beard. According to our conversation with Diego. But it's impossible to know which one now. Dear Friedrich, I hear you're shipping out tomorrow my undying love for my two blessed boys. Please make sure you and your brother shave your beards before then. You must be the only men in your unit who look so slovenly. Also tell Ralphie to wash his face daily to stop infection. Dental exam results come back. I'm so proud. When the war is over, you can follow in Ralphie's footsteps. Love, Ma. Okay. So, Fritz, short for Friedrich. Make sure you and your brother shave your beards before then. Okay. So these must be the two we're looking for. And she mentioned something about infection. Ralphie to wash his face daily to stop infection. I'm wondering if it's infection of some sort of cut, since he has a cut on the face. So Ralph, if that's correct, We're just gonna put this tentatively in place. Although she specifies shaving beards. Yeah, shave your beards. Okay. And there's Rodrigo. Okay. Oh, right. I've got to flip a document. What? Oh, I can reorder them. Okay, that's handy. That's not what I need. There we go. Interesting. Safe passage assured. D. Okay. Huh. Alright, nothing new there. Nothing to flip there. Nothing to flip there. Huh. Ah! Corvus Punk says oronectomy isn't a thing. It's been bugging me. Trying to think of if it's some weird niche dentist thing, but oron is not a medical prefix. Interesting. Okay. I'm gonna pin this because it feels potentially useful. Alright. Current location, current surname. So, we have from this transcript, we don't know his first name, but we know one of them is Schmidt. Okay. Oronectomy. Alright. Can I pet you? Oh, I'm sorry. Go back to sleep. Mwah. Alright. Okay, so these are all of our pieces of information. So interested what this is. Alright, let's see who we can call. Do I know any, like, dental... Canada... Oh, Canadian Dentistry Org. Okay. 305-433-196. Canadian Dental Organization, provider of top-notch instruction from coast to toothy coast. Hello, who am I speaking with? This is Natalia. I'm the senior administrator at the CDO and Dr. Schaefer's personal assistant. How can I help? Natalia, I'm looking for a passing acquaintance I met in Buenos Aires, a German dentist working in Canada. Sure, you're a dentist yourself? I am not. Sorry, my name is Sal Perlman. Superman? Salperman? Salperman. Salperman? No, Sal Perlman. Sorry to disappoint. I'm afraid we've had many Germans pass through our esteemed halls. I cannot necessarily help you. Anything else I can help you with? Okay, I am gonna flirt up Natalia, but first, tell me about the CDO. Oh, Anna, if you're having trouble connecting to the Discord, send me a DM on Twitch, and I will send you an invite to it. This is a thing that happens sometimes. Don't worry about the reconnectivity if that's not functioning. Just send me a DM, and after the stream, I will send you an invite code so you can come hang out. That goes for anybody who's gotten a sub but hasn't been able to get in. Tell me more about the CDO. We're headed up by Dr. Herring. He's out right now. Red Herring, perhaps? The CDO trains and certifies all dentists who want to work in Canada. We work with a variety of student dentists as well as mature expatriates who want to work here. Where do your expatriates come from? Oh, everywhere. England, France, Argentina. Lots of South Americans, though very few of them native. The oronectomy is a groundbreaking procedure in humane cavity replacement invented right here in Canada. It's a little technical, but you take a drill and put it deep into the crown. Typically, it's done in 2 stages, a year apart, to allow for regrowth. Who invented this work? Well, I can't give you direct info on our members, but there was an exciting conference in Montreal recently that honored the creators. I'll send you some material once we're off the call. I'll also tell Dirk you were asking about his work. Thanks. In fact, there was another doctor there from Buenos Aires. Perhaps you know him, although I'm forgetting the name. What about you, Natalia? What's your story? You married? You want to be a folk singer? Do you listen to folk music? Please send me folk music. You mean Bob Dylan, Neil Young? Oh no, that's far too commercial. I do a lot of traditional Canadian working songs. We've got a little commune out of town. This pays the bills. Wow, I hope we hear more from Natalia. Jay Timpson, there's a dog snoring on mic. The game has a cute little dog. I also sing a lot about the dangers of candy, for kids mostly. If you want to know what it can do to teeth, you should talk to my friend Beth at the 5 Pieces place. The horrors! Wow, okay. Beth at the 5 Pieces place. Aha, I haven't had those in years. Great talking to you, Natalie. For the tooth and nothing but the tooth. See, he's not fucking not above a fucking pun. It did seem like that was, okay, I'm glad you guys thought that too. I had a moment where I was like, is that a reference to root trees? It's really funny. Okay. New evidence received. So one of them is named Dirk. That's good to know. And she mentioned something about... Friend Beth at the 5 Pieces place. I'm wondering if that is a thing we can call. Doesn't look like it. Well. Hold on. All right, I've got to close some windows. Hold on. All right. One of these is a Dirk. And it's whichever one went to Canada. Canadian Dental Society. Dental Innovator. This guy has got to be somebody. Does anybody else get the feeling that this guy is somebody? Just based on his vibe? Am I wrong? Is anybody else getting a vibe off this man? I'll be back. I'll be back to click and drag you later. Oh, I can change the music on the radio? That's nice. We'll get there. Okay, so the person with the beard is Ralph. So you're now going by Dirk. But I don't have your last name. So that means your last name is Schmidt. Is that right? I mean, they might both go by Schmidt. How specific a location do you need me to give? Oh. More specific than Canada. Fine. Did he have more specific information? I think he just said in Canada. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Hey, Michael. Dental Innovation. All right, but these are definitely these two, right? Right? Doesn't look like there's anybody else there. I mean, kind of looks like this guy. I this one is clear. Can I add multiple photos? Yeah. I'm not positive about this one. Actually, I might just go do that. And then I nailed it. Okay. Let me close that because I feel confident that we got all we're going to get from that. Okay. This year, key speakers covered a wide range of subjects, including... there's no reason to assume this person is the brother. I'm just realizing. I'm just realizing I made a big jump. I made a big leap of logic right then. And I should not have. I've got to get my head in the fucking game. They're not going to be fucking around with me. I do think the other person in the photo looks something different. Looks like a different person. Emerging Technologies in Root Canal by Emerson. Brace Yourself, Orthodonty in the Age of Bubblegum by Irving. And Challenges in British Dentistry by Forsyth. They're all entertaining and informative. Grand prize went to Dr. Mueller for his work on the oronectomy procedure. Flying in late from his surgery in Toronto. I wouldn't have done it without my brilliant cousin Alex. Okay, hold on. We just got a whole bunch of stuff. So, Alex. Mueller. Toronto. Okay. Special thanks to the sponsors that made this happen. Okay, a bunch of names that... I mean, what if everybody in the game is just a specific dentist? What if it was all dentists? Okay. Okay. Okay, but I still don't have a specific... Oh, I guess this location is Buenos Aires on this guy, right? Yeah. Alright. I don't feel super confident, but we're gonna go for it. Hey, okay. Okay. Found the two dentists, Ralph and Fitz. I like that this one has, like, a little bit of a quiz after. Ralph is a highly acclaimed, maybe pioneered? No, that doesn't make sense. Highly acclaimed dentist living and working in Toronto under the name Dirk Mueller. He pioneered a procedure called the oronectomy, for which he received significant acclaim. He's highly decorated. His younger brother, goes by Alex Finch, lives in Buenos Aires. Long time, thank you for the gift sub. All right. I do like that the dog snores stop when I bother the dog. It's just a nice detail. The French Collection. Ooh. Got a cool safe over there. You can search... Your search tools can now search the New York Public Library records. Cool. Search. Pokemon cards. What? Just because it's the 70s, I can't find any information on Pokemon cards? How about some investigative rock? Okay. I don't know what I'm supposed to look up yet. Oh, we've got 3 new targets. Okay. Wolfgang Fischer, Annelies Hoffman, and Helmut Schlosser. Ha! Rory, I wish. I could invent Pokemon cards. Okay. Okay. We are now on the trail of Anneliese Hoffman and her lackeys, Helmut Schlosser and Wolfgang Fischer. The daughter of a wealthy and well-connected family, she's a target of utmost importance. We have secured you access to the archives, a wealth of searchable documents that may aid your investigation. Secured you access to the archives, searchable. Okay. Great. Is it just called the archives? Daughter of a wealthy, well-connected. Okay. Rory, it's not a bad legacy. Okay. Got a lot of folks here. It is the 70s, so I assume a lot of the people are going to be older. But we'll see. Can't turn that over. All right. Property of Pellicott and Partners. Siegfried SHAHWF. Interesting. Safe passage assured. Newest identities assigned. Okay. Okay. DF. Okay. So, hold on. This is it flipped over. So SH is DF. WF is RG. And AH is HS. Do I have a way to take notes in the game? I think not. All right. Okay. All right. Okay, chat. You know what that means. It's time to take notes. Okay. Sorry, I'm having trouble getting my pen. Okay. Yep, my Pusheen Gamer notebook. All right. All right, so. SH equals DF. HS equals AH. Well, I did that really opposite. It's a really bad way of doing that. Hold on. AH equals HS. And WF equals RG. Okay. And so Wolfgang Fischer is RG. Anneliese Hoffman is HS. And Helmut Schlosser. Well, hold on. SH. It's upside down. Oh, tricky. Tricky. Can you believe that? It's upside down. The triangle's upside down. So it's not SH. It's HS. But then this upside down is nothing. Well, hold on. Okay. Yeah. This upside down wouldn't be anything. But it's still DF. That's important. Okay. And more importantly, we've seen notations like this before. Wow, this music is really hitting. I love the investigative jazz. This music's hitting though. Okay. Because on the back of this photo, we had similar notations. So we have the two triangles and we've got a square. We have the other two locked down. So I have to assume... Well, I don't have to assume, but I am going to assume that these are related. The only tricky part about that is Annalise is a woman and is presumably not in this photo. But you know, who knows? But that does make me somewhat assume. I'm going to tentatively do this. I'm gonna pull this guy up as Wolfgang. He's got it's kind of more of a rectangle than a square. I'm gonna kind of fudge it though. Okay, and then Helmut is one of these two. Probably. It's tricky because they are both wearing helmets. So, okay. I guess, do any of them look like they're in this photo? Nobody, I mean, there's two dudes with glasses, but they don't really look very much alike. Nobody with an iconic mole. Yeah, hard to say. Hard to say. Longtone, thank you for the gift sub to Moldy, and Moldy, thank you for passing the gift sub on. All right, we're gonna have to look some stuff up. Pellicott and Partners. Do I know anybody there? Pellicott and Partners. Okay. Hello, George Martinique of Pellicott and Partners. Hello, my name is Saul Perlman, not Superman. I get that a lot. I've received a document regarding the Hoffman family with your law firm's stamp on it. Yes, wait one moment. How can I help you? Is he shutting the door? Why do you have this photo? Mr. Perlman, do you know what a private archive is? No. Say there was a very rich family, for example, the Hoffmans. They might wish to have a place to store the enormous amounts of documentation stemming from their personal affairs, somewhere confidential. So it can't be found easily. Exactly. Proof of business malfeasance? Sometimes, but also more personal affairs. Fallouts, illegitimate children, drug problems, identities. I'm struggling to follow. My apologies. Pellicott and Partners represent the Hoffman's business until we were ousted in a recent corporate restructure. We also served as a personal archive. Oh, you know where the bodies are buried. Exactly. That photo is from the secure archive. It was deposited there many years ago. The reason you have it is that certain partners, myself included, feel that more light should be shed on the Hoffman family's broader activities. What are these broader activities? For example, the Hoffmans run cafes, restaurants, stores. I met a number of their regional directors. They have surnames like Rodrigo, Savali, Giro. What do you think their accents are? German? You're smart! They all have strong German or Austrian accents and are roughly 50 to 60 years old. You think the Hoffmans are hiding people inside their companies? I do. Damn. Including family members? That, I couldn't say. What was the restructure about? I think there was a big scandal. I heard little and it was all covered up quickly. After that, a lot of people were moved around and we were cut off. What can you tell me about the Hoffmans? Very rich Swiss-Austrian family. Father Franz and mother Elizabeth, one daughter Annalise. I'm just gonna write this down. Friends. Elizabeth. Annalise. What did they say on that? They specialize in food and drinks. They have restaurants and stores all over Europe. Touristy, popular with Americans. I'm American. And I apologize for that. That all their business interests? I believe they recently started a U.S. chain of pawnbrokers and discount stores. Grubby stuff. How about Annalise specifically? She was the joy of the Hoffmans, a ski champion, concert pianist, and ballerina. Not a particularly nice person, though. How? How do you say? She treated people like property. She might not be a Nazi, she might just be rich. You know? What was the state of her marriage? Tempestuous, to say the least. What can you tell me about Schlosser and Fischer? How about Schlosser and Fischer? Helmut Schlosser was high on the Austrian command chain, very tall and handsome man. He was also vain and cruel, capable of day-long rages. So not your typical Nazi. Oh, so not your typical Nazi then. Haha, very good. There are stories in the archives of him beating up his servants, kicking his dogs. No. All qualities that endeared him to high military command. And Fischer? Fischer is a murkier figure. He was a close friend of Schlosser, though less so with the Hoffmans. He wasn't at Annalise's and Helmut's wedding, for example. Ah, I think he was deeply in love with Annalise. I have gleaned some letters that this was, to some extent, mutual. The drama. They were lovers? That I cannot say. I like George, too. I like the phrase, that I cannot say. Because it's kind of like, it's not just that I cannot say, it's that I cannot say. You said it. I'm not saying it. Part of the photo contains coded symbols. Can't help with that, but you should have a look in some archives for anything you've seen in the picture. Plus, check if you've seen those symbols before. Thanks, George. That's all, George. Big drama, Paul. A pleasure to speak to you, Mr. Perlman. I'm going to send you a few things to look at. Hope they help. That's great. Take care. Okay. That was a lot. Okay. Dear Anna, my mother says she already knows that I need to understand things about your parent, things your parents discuss in polite circles, and other intellectual things that I can study or love. Whoa, okay. Dear Anna, my mother says she already knows that I need to understand about things your parents discuss in polite circles and other intellectual things that I study or love. Okay. Okay, there's young Annalise, and I guess maybe Ava? I'm sorry to hear about Helmi. We can handle arrangements, but you need to leave Europe as soon as possible. We have a new opportunity that could provide you some cover. The first name, however, will have to stay. Please take care. Your cousin, the young Mr. Kunst, inquired after you. He's terribly fond. What a shame this all is. Yeah, what a shame. What a shame. Oh, I feel so bad for you. Being minorly disrupted by having to move. Poor Nazis. Hoffman Enterprises, European corporate structure. Okay, E and F Hoffman. So that's probably the, okay, yeah. Franz and Elizabeth, the parents. So maybe it's possible that all of these names, yeah. Roger Green was a name that we had, although he was living in New Jersey. But I have to assume quite a lot of these are going to be end up being on our list. So it's possible that, for instance, Hortense Simon was previously Helmut. And then do we have a WF? No WF. Okay. Boy, a lot of information here, though. Okay. Sorry to hear about Helmi. Yeah, Annalise is definitely named... I'm gonna guess she's gonna be named Anna Hoffman. Maybe. Although the notes... Hold on. I'm gonna check something. We've got a lot to check. Alright, let's go ahead and lock you in as Hoffman. Although she married... There's a chance. That she took his last name, whatever that ends up being. This way up. So it says my note is AH equals HS. AH equals HS. Let's see. So Wolfgang might have been, God, there's a lot of RGs, huh? There's like a lot of RGs. Rupert Grunwald, Roger Green, Ronaldo Gervasi, Raymond Guiraud, and Ruben Gomez. Okay, so that's not super helpful. And then DF. Also a lot of DFs. Okay. David Fairview, Daniel Ferrer, Dennis Fabron. Oof, okay, we got a lot of names. Got a lot of names. I'm gonna unpin this for now. Maybe? Maybe not. I guess I can't. Okay, that's fine. Let's move you to the side then. There we go. Okay. Can't turn this over. Monpa, your cousin, the young Master Kunst. What a shame this all is. First name, however, will have to stay. Please take care. Okay. I'm gonna lock in... Oh. Okay, so there's no Anna or Annalise available. So she must have had a different... Interesting. That's a different picture. Did I accidentally click and drag somebody over there? That is a different picture than I originally put in there. I put him one of these guys in there. Thought I had. Anyway, okay. I doubt they're gonna all be in Argentina. They haven't been so far. Okay. So there's a public archive that we can access. Oh, it's A and an E. I'm a dummy. Hold on. Does it have to be exact? This is extremely relevant to this game. I went a few years ago, me and Paul from Burn Cocoa Party went to, we climbed around the Alps for a while, and we were staying in the Swiss Alps in a hotel because it had suddenly snowed, and we were going to we were gonna mountain climb and go to a mountain hut, but it was suddenly very snowy, and so we stayed in a hotel. And we were at the morning breakfast buffet when we were just like sitting, enjoying coffee, hanging out, recovering from a mountain hiking. And there was a very, very loud German family behind us. And one of them was an older German woman who was talking. She was just talking really loud. And she was telling her friends about how she has a lot of family in Paraguay, And I'm just like, I was like buttering bread, and I stopped and I looked up at Paul with like this horror in my eyes, being like, how do I alert Paul to what has just happened behind us? And then she's continuing going, and she's like, but don't worry, they immigrated there. Here's what she said. She was like, don't worry, they immigrated there after the war. No, wait, I mean before the war. And it was one of those moments where I was like, whoa, oh boy. I hope Paul heard that. It was truly a horrific moment. Where it's like, boy, I want to give you the benefit of the doubt, but like, that's one you don't want to fuck up. That's one timeline you don't want to fuck up. It's quite funny. It was, just the whole awareness of the situation where it's like, she knew. That's why she was like all rushed about it. Anyway, it was quite astonishing. Okay. I don't know how to get results from the library just yet. I guess... Can we just try Hoffman? Here we go. Oh, okay. Great. Long Toad, thank you for the gift sub to Mechtel. Yeah, it is sort of just like... I maybe wouldn't bring it up in conversation. Man found murdered in Dublin Park. So there's Helmut and... Oh. Look at that suspicious little face. Photo recovered from the victim, David Fairview. I'm gonna open both of these, then we'll go over them both. Okay, so David Fairview. You mentioned something. Sorry to hear about Helmy. Huh. I'm wondering if Wolfgang didn't kill Helmut. Okay. Police in Ballymun yesterday recovered the body of David Fairview in Grange Park. I guess maybe they want something. What? Alright. So if his body was there, it was recovered there, that's where we're supposed to put it. David. Fairview. So she might be... Her last name might be Fairview now. Detectives say Fairview sustained multiple stab wounds and bore defensive injuries consistent with a violent struggle. Forensic officers also believe the body may have been moved after the attack. Investigators are now appealing for information on a tall, blonde woman in her early 50s who was seen in the area with a male companion around the time of the incident. Anyone with information is asked to contact Ballymun Garda Station. Do I have a phone number for Ballymun? That would be wild, but I do! Tell me about some crimes. Glumper, thank you for the gifts up to Hims and Haws. Oh, I'm sorry to hear you've been employed catching butterflies. Sergeant Kenny, I'm inquiring about a murder that happened last year in Grange Park. All right, you'll be wanting to turn yourself in, will ya? I'm inquiring about the victim, David Fairview. Look, fella, I don't know the case. What I do know is I've sure had enough of yous lots calling up about it. Us people? You Yanks. You called last week asking this and that about developments in the case. Interesting. Is there a rival PI hunting people down? Well, this is an open investigation, so we ain't got naught to say to you. Where were the calls coming from? Inside the station? Oh, some ditzy girl in New Jersey. You done now? Moldy, that's really funny. Well, I'd really like to. Oh, piss off. It's interesting. Okay, so that gave me information. Some ditzy girl in New Jersey. I'm wondering if that's... maybe? Oh, okay. Not specific enough. Alright, let's look at this. Okay. Personal restructuring. Okay, so clearly these are referencing this. Where, the hungry pig transferred to Top Tomatoes. Okay, lamplight larder to the diamond. I don't know what this particularly means for me, though. Okay. So I think we've got helmet. We've got helmet on lock. Feeling great about that. Still don't know about Annalise. Or Wolfgang. But I think I've got this for now. I'm certain we're going to hear more about Master Kunz, but not for the moment. I mean, so if somebody was calling from New Jersey, it's not helpful. These are all Okay, so we got the Hoffman. So we can look about... I can't imagine we're going to get anything on the specific restaurants. Maybe about a murder victim? No. Rodrigo Savelli Giro. Probably stuffed. Joy of the Hoffmans. I'm wondering if they got together and killed Helmut, perhaps? Oh, where did that... This shady figure... was also in that the image that was posted with his... unpinned stuff. Hey, Detective Hoops. We're hunting Nazis. Get in here. A global mystery. Yes, indeed, Paul. Okay. Archives. Alright, so we know David Fairview was Helmut. But we still don't know which of the RGs was Wolfgang. Somebody called about it from New Jersey. can search Grange Park. No. Nobody I can call about Grange Park? No. Do I have any of the restaurants? No. The Lemurian Embassy? Gonna get all Golden Idol up in here. I'm gonna click the hint. Review the docs photo. See, there's this, okay. There is this fucking shady guy that we saw in that dental photo. And there's a priest. Oh, here's that guy. I did not mean to take his photo over there. I don't think that's him. And the skeezy little guy's maybe him. Maybe Siegfried? Ah! Siegfried shipping routes. Yeah, I like that as a hint system as well. A subtle. Okay. Seville, London, Dublin, New Jersey. Intermediary symbols redacted. Extrapolate from pattern. So Seville, London, Dublin, New Jersey. Okay. You're not the photo I want there. I want one of these boys. But I don't know which. We know he wasn't at the wedding. Is that right? He wasn't at the wedding. 15 months old? Damn. 15 months old and still shitting in the tub. I mean, maybe this... I guess I was assuming this AH was Annalise, but maybe it's not. All right, let's look at this list though. Okay. So David Fairview was dropped off in London, presumably, but killed in Dublin. I'm wondering if that means RG for Wolfgang is Roger Green. Didn't we already have a Roger Green? Nobody was dropped off in New Jersey, though. Maybe this TBD is the most recent expansion. Hoffman, Diamonds, and Pawn, and maybe that's where Annalise is. Oh wait, no, the Roger Green, he's in New Jersey. If this is the same Roger Green, then it's this guy. We've seen this guy before. Right? Kinda looks like this guy, right? Hard to tell. I guess I can just put this photo in. feel somewhat confident. Okay, interesting. So, if that's right, she's dropped in New Jersey, but then who's the ditzy girl voice? So London, David Fairview, Wolfgang, Roger in New Jersey. Then we have a Seville. Seville. I don't see a Seville on here. And then Dublin was Roger Green. So maybe they dropped him off in Dublin and he bailed? And maybe he's like on the run? Oh, where was that? Where was the document about the shipping transit? Or the restructuring? Okay, so hypothetically, if Roger Green at the Krusty Loaf. All right, so the restructuring put Helen Smith, HS. I think we got it. Hold on. Okay. So, Helen Smith and Roger Green are now together at Hoffman, Diamond and Pawn, New Jersey. Annalise and Wolfgang got together, murdered Helmet so that they could be together. Yes, I'll change the audio after this. They got together, they killed off David Fairview, aka Helmet, and then they, in the restructuring, got put together at Hoffman, Diamond and Pawns, which is in New Jersey. Okay, so, and then Hungry Pig, Robert Grunwald, got moved to Top Tomatoes in Dublin. The Pretzel Shack is now at House of Olives. Okay, that's all unimportant. There, I think this is the... This might not be the jazz. Okay. Current location, I think she is also in Camden. Because Hoffman Diamonds and Pawn get you out of there. Hoffman Pawn. Hoffman Diamonds and Pawn, Roger Green, Managing Director. I guess this is them. Wow, they stole a child's watch. It's weird. Just a weird vibe. Just like a weird vibe. Although, well, wait a minute though. If this is Roger Green, and these two are the Hoffmans. Hold on, I think I fucked up. That's the same lady. Turtle Man's in the background. This guy's gonna be in every fucking photo. Every fucking photo we're gonna see him. All right, I don't think I necessarily got the right photo here. So let's check it and just see what it says. More than 2 errors. Okay. More than 2? I'm wondering if I did. Maybe I made a major mistake. Wedding photo. Shipping routes. Yeah, see, here's this guy. Glaring again. That makes me think there's a puppy. There's a puppy snoring. Grange Park. Okay. So I do think these 2 are in Camden. I do think this is Helen Smith and Roger Green. And that they're running Hoffman, Diamonds, and Pawns now. This must be the wrong image, though. It said this guy in the middle was him. Right? Am I crazy? Oh no, that's Peter Giacometti. I remember. Okay. So let's get this photo corrected. Roger Green. More than 2 errors still? Smith, DFRG. Going by a different last name now? Okay, there. Rose Street Gallery, Amsterdam. Maybe they're in Collingswood, so they're not. Maybe they're not in Camden. They're in Collingswood. Okay, hold on. All right, let's see if that got us closer. There are 2 or fewer errors in your identification. Okay, so that was right. Roger Smith. David Ferrer. I think this picture is still wrong. Maybe those 2, maybe this couple, well, I guess this was supposed to, this happened last year. Okay, so she's much younger. Maybe these are the parents? Maybe these are unaffiliated people. Okay, so this guy wasn't at the wedding, so this suspicious looking figure that's in both of these images are not him. And yet, And yet, it feels so much like it must be. Okay. Wow, that little girl has quite a fucking scar on her arm. I'm just calling that out because that feels like it's something we're gonna have to deal with at some point. A photo recovered from the victim. I think it's the photo. I think it's the photos where I'm stuck now. I'm gonna get a hint. Review the first case documentation. Okay. I did that. I did do that though. Local pawnbroker and friend from neighboring burg. So maybe that is him? I guess, okay, this is probably an old photo. I'm understanding. That is probably an old photo, so I do think this is the correct photo to put on this man. But in that case, I don't know what I've got wrong. Okay, feel good about the images. I guess we could put a more modern picture of her up there. I guess the only thing I feel... Restructuring. You think it's Smith is wrong? Yeah, you know what? I think that's a good read. Man, the move from Smith to Green is... not hugely thrilling. Hey! Good call. Okay. So you've been making cert. I found your 3 fugitives. All 3 took the Siegfried ship from Trieste to London and Dublin. There they took on aliases that allowed them to run diamond businesses? That doesn't sound right. Fair Death, Diamond Hoffman, married. None of these sound right. Alright, diamond businesses? However, it appeared that Wolfgang and Anneliese started an affair. This led to the death of Helmut Schlosser, most likely at their hands. They were smuggled by Anneliese's parents to New Jersey to head up Hoffman's... Diamond and Pawn in Collingswood. What allowed them to run? I don't know what word you're looking for. Death, Diamond, Hoffman business. I understand, okay. They're married. Okay. Great. Another day of good work. Hello, is that you again? Another 3 a.m. call? You've done well, Mr. Perlman. I tracked down Annalise Hoffman and her new husband. Turns out she iced the last one. Congratulations. You're gonna arrest her? Oh. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. Oh boy, so is that it? We're done? Not even close. You're gonna start paying me? I'm covering my own expenses here. My library card is maxed out. Mr. Perlman. Oh, forget it. I can see you guys are as tight-lipped Yeah, get their ass, Saul. Mr. Perlman, we need you to look into some ex-Nazis based in South America. Argentina, Bolivia, and Paraguay. I already got a guy in Argentina, a dentist. This is different. These men were high-ranking Nazi officers. After their escape from Europe, certain powers chose to make use of them for their skills. Arrest, interrogation, torture. Some now head up secret police departments and go only by aliases. They were promoted, basically. They visit untold misery on their country's people and stifle the spread of democracy. We need to hunt them down. And have them arrested? No. We want to eliminate them. Alright. And if I refuse, Saul, you seem to have a nice enough life. Do you really want to find out? I see. A pleasure to meet you, Mr. Perlman. You can go back to sleep. Your next package arrives tomorrow. The day of the Cobra. Oh, it's snowing. It's a lovely mid to late evening for me, Swiss. Here we go. That's some fine, soothing jazz. All right, the Cobra and the Viking. Okay. Mr. Perlman, we're searching for two individuals. The Cobra, the secretive leader of the Chilean secret police, and the Viking, his key lieutenant. We need their real names from before the war, not who they are now. We have surveillance photos from 4 locations: Valdemol, Piedraloma, Porto Culico, and Santa Corvina. Unfortunately, the photos are poorly labeled. However, we believe the Cobra and the Viking appeared in these images. Additional intelligence. The Cobra operates several local businesses in addition to his official duties. He's reportedly very hands-on, personally overseeing every detail of these operations. This may help identify him. Okay. Okay, he operates several local businesses. Okay. Oh boy. I don't want to make any assumptions, but I certainly know who I'm rooting for to be the Viking. Lavid. Okay. Not a lot of reoccurring fear. Okay. Okay, I have another guess. I have another guess about maybe who of who maybe. Okay, we saw this iconography, Santa Corvina. I'm just gonna, for my own sake, boop, just in case. Just in case. Alright, did any of you have backs for me to flip over? Oh, okay. Poorly labeled. Maybe they may be in the groups. Several local businesses. Okay, well, the only one we can really see is Lavid and Can, etc. So, let's see what's in my little Rolodex. Lavid. Encantada. Oh, it's busy? Hold on. I'm gonna try that again. Wait, I got an achievement. Did I get an achievement for a wrong number? Dial a number and get no response. I'm gonna try it one more time in case I type the number in wrong. Hey, okay. Finest wines in Chile. Juan speaking. How can I help? Tell me about your store. Who's your boss? Family run. Interesting wine shop nestled in Valdemul. It's an area in Chile famous for its vineyards. You sound American. Have you visited? I have not. Our town is tiny. 2 stores, run by one run by me, one by my cousin. Only 500 people live here because it is so remote. However, we're proud to stock wines from all the key vineyards. I see. How about the area in general? It is a truly stunning valley in which nestle some of the most renowned vineyards of all of Chile. You know, very recently a famous travel writer wrote about us for his newspaper. Tell me more. We sent him around the Norwegian's vineyard, the one with all the feral roosters and cockerels. Lovely man, very drunk. Sounds like a dream. I'll send you a photo I took of him. Are there any less desirable aspects of the town? Like many towns, we're blighted by the presence of the secret police. In this case, outside the store, which seems a de facto headquarters. You have run-ins with them? I've been fortunate enough to avoid their gaze. However, my cousin, who runs the grocery store, was a student activist before the coup. He was not so lucky. He still bears the scars. I'm sorry to hear that. You should talk to him. He's the only other shop in town. You're close with your cousin? You know, we share an area code. But otherwise, we are very different people. Okay. I was wondering because one of the pictures has kind of a partial phone number. There we go. See, look at this. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Did we see that symbol? No, we saw an axe symbol. Okay. So that was a 2. What was that? 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Writing it down. And then this was. Okay. -175-169. Assuming it's in the same area. Well, I guess it's not. The 3 fish seems to imply Santa Corvina. We're still gonna try it though. Um, 2, 3, 4, 175, 169. Yeah, if you're having Moldy, if you're having trouble joining the Discord, either you can connect your Twitch and Discord account, or if you DM me on Twitch, I will send you a link. I will send you an invite, so it's not so hard. Okay. Okay, so they want me to be very specific. So I can at least get, I think this guy is in Valdemul. So at least get that locked down. You just called the Norwegian. I would love to find this article that this person wrote. That doesn't look like a vineyard. That doesn't look like a vineyard. Share an area code. I guess I could search for other phone numbers with that area code. Feels like an insane way of doing it. But here I am doing it, so... Couldn't have just asked that man his cousin's phone number is. Queso de Val. Queso de Val, David speaking. Hello, my name is Perlman. I just spoke to your cousin at the wine store. Ah, yes, how can I help? Tell me about your store. We're just a grocery store, dude. Like, what the fuck? We sell cheese, vegetables, local pork, food grown in the region. How long have you been running it? Took over from my father and mother 4 years ago. You in trouble with the cops? I did, but I don't think I should talk about it. David, I'm investigating the Cobra. I want to catch him. You are? You know, I've met him. You've met him? I write for Libération Nationale, the socialist newspaper. We look into government corruption. We also write about important arts and cultural events to keep our readers up to date. You were arrested? I was walking to my house when I was picked up and put into a large van. What kind of van? White, very cold, maybe a butcher's truck or something like that, the van we saw in the image. Perhaps one of the fish vans from Santa Corvina that deliver the catch to local restaurants. We saw the van. I was taken to the large brick building. I couldn't see much, but it stank of fish guts, so it may have been a tinning factory. I was put into a chair. 2 guards asked me questions, first calmly, then applying blows. Every so often, they would stop and speak quietly to a third man. The Cobra? I believe so. He was obviously very senior. He was at a desk just writing. I couldn't get a clear look at him, but I had my pinhole camera and managed to get a photo. Wow. Incredible work. I only heard him say one thing. Take the van back to the factory and remind me to give Chiquita his bonus. I assume that was for one of his informants. The rat. Chiquita, no! Chiquita, why do you betray me? Strangest thing was that they did not seem concerned with asking about our work on corruption. Mostly, they seemed interested in a small article about the Norwegian. They were very angry. They kept saying, "Do you know what you've done?" Did you? I did not. One of them, a short brute of a man, stepped forward. He was shouting, holding the printed article. He said, "You mean to betray the Cobra? You know his name." In an article about Norwegian culture. I was completely bemused. I asked him how, and frankly, I should have saved my breath. They started meeting me very hard. I thought I was going to die. How come they let you go? Honestly, it was my level of confusion. In the end, the man at the desk whispered a few words, and I was thrown back into the van and deposited on the same corner they'd picked me up from. Okay, gotta find this fucking article. An article on Norwegian culture. Norwegian Arts Expo. Interesting. Okay. Okay. He's left-handed. I have to assume that's the information we're supposed to get out of that, because otherwise it's not, like, hugely useful. Alright, the Cobra and the Viking. Okay. Okay. I feel like if we can figure out... Oh, maybe this is him. Always... I'm gonna look up the Condor. I'm wondering if Condor is where it was printed. Famoso. Oh! Chile's Scandinavian. I don't know that this is the Cobra, to be clear. He certainly doesn't look like he has a cool snake tattoo in this image, but I don't feel like they're gonna let me use this image, no. I mean, this guy could, honestly, this guy could be the Cobra. Be a funny swapsies. Okay. Director of South American Scandinavian Cultural Alliance led a solemn remembrance ceremony yesterday honoring those killed in the Tromsø Bridge Massacre of 1941. The event marks the anniversary of a failed resistance operation during the Nazi occupation of Norway. Local fighters planned to sabotage a bridge east of Tromsø near Setermoen along the Bardu River. For the attack to carry out, their position was ambushed by German Panzer Division. Widely believed that the mission was compromised by a single act of betrayal, though the identity of the informant was never formally confirmed. Among the fallen was Andreas Oberg, a noted surgeon and husband of Celia Hansen Oberg, who gave a reading at the service. It was an act of bravery, rebellion, and patriotism, she said, Hansen Oberg said. It was undone by the cowardice of one person, setting back Norway's resistance and costing the lives of family members, brothers, and husbands. We will never forget. The service concluded with prayers and a candle lighting ceremony, heard in La Catedral es Espiritu Andino. So, the only name that's in here is Andreas Oberg. And Cecilie Hansen Oberg. I'm wondering if I have a Rolodex for La Catedra. Let's see. No. Okay. Do I have one for Cecilia? That'd be pretty wild. Or Celia, not Cecilia. Only CA names. I mean, if I'm honest, this guy seems like he could be the Cobra. This is an article, but I don't think it's the article I'm specifically looking for. Is there anything else? Okay. Do the shoelaces match? That's really funny. Unclear. Unspecified. Undistinct. Oh! Libération Nationale. Norwegian arts set to arrive in Santiago. Display the best of Scandinavian art, theater, music, and dance. Musical program spans classical and contemporary. Oh. Such as the Ice Harp by Lean, Concerto for Casper by Hansen Oberg, Celia, The Haunting Songs from the Fjord by Eikeland. Also included is the minimalist suite Three Still Waters from Nygaard, performed by a mixed ensemble of Norwegian and Chilean musicians. Okay. Commemorate the 30th anniversary of the Tromsø Bridge Massacre, which 250 Norwegian resistance fighters were routed by Nazi forces. Fires break out in major Valplano towns. Unconfirmed reports suggest mercenary Chilean forces may have set fire to voting booths on the eve of the national election. This is a developing story. Okay, so this is the article he was picked up for. It seems like Hansen Oberg might be our through line here. Celia Hansen Oberg. I'm wondering if this guy is Andreas Oberg. I think these are the two of them. I think this guy is the Cobra. It's not much of a photo, but it gets the job done. I'm wondering if this is Juan and David. Okay. South American Scandinavian Cultural Alliance. Maybe I can get a hold of them. I mean, there's 5 more clues I haven't dug up yet. Oh. Santa Corvina Football Club, 242. That's what we need to call the factory that we have the number for. Kind of a weird thing to do, but we're gonna do it. 242-175-169. This is the answering machine for the Pesquera Tinning Company. We're currently closed. If you're seeking records, all documents are now publicly available. Love that. Pesquera Tinning Company. / Torture Dome. Okay. Pesquera Factory Letter. Effective immediately, all employees are reminded that tattoos and long hair are strictly prohibited on the factory floor. These standards are non-negotiable and to be observed at all times. Smoking anywhere on property is expressly forbidden. Any violation of this act will... the director has made it clear that such behaviors are entirely unacceptable and will not be tolerated under any circumstances, as they reflect poorly on the standards of our organization. He emphasizes that these are values he upholds himself as a good example to all. So this is letting us know that he's does not have tattoos or long hair. Lastly, all factory personnel are required to be present in the stadium this Friday to support the owner's team. Participating and cheering for Chiquita is mandatory. Okay, so Chiquita is a soccer player. Okay. That was a long shot. Okay. I would love to get this one done before we end the stream. I think that's my goal. No smoking. So this is not the tinning factory, but not that it looks like it is. I think this has got to be Chiquita. She's wearing a Pied Roma. Although I guess we don't know. Did it say against the local rivals? See somebody on the other side. So Santa Corvina against Pied Roma. Okay. South American Scandinavian Cultural Alliance. Maybe we can find out more. Concerto for Casper. Haha! Concerto for Casper. Oh. For When You Broke My Heart. 1966. Oh, I can't listen to it? For When You Broke My Heart. Hey, when did that... When did... I mean, the Bridge article had to have had... It was the 30th anniversary. Any of the other things are going to pull up anything. Concerto for Casper. Look, who's Casper, lady? Maybe Casper Hansen? Moldy, thank you for continuing the gift sub. Casper? It would be wild. Okay. Concerto for Casper. $1966. The date feels important, but I don't really have anything that's gonna pull it in. Alright, well, here's what I'll say is we know this guy's in Santa Corvina. It seems likely if he owns a soccer team, that's where he's living. I'm wondering if Celia Hansen Oberg... My working theory right now is that the Viking is the one who betrayed them, obviously, since we know he's a Nazi. He's the one that betrayed them, and he escaped. A noted surgeon and husband. I'm just wondering if Celia knows he's still alive, maybe, or because this got somebody pulled into the secret police. But maybe Casper, maybe this guy is Casper and he betrayed Celia because she remarried. So maybe his name is Casper Hansen. I'll plug it in. We'll just see. Okay. That doesn't leave me any closer to the condor. I'm gonna get a hint. Oh, turn over the picture at the vineyard. Ah, I need to keep a better eye on when stuff has backsides. And a backside? Okay. Killed it, cooked it, got the name for the article. Thanks for setting me up with a visit. Best be you. Killed it, cooked it, got the name for the article. Thanks for setting me up with a visit. Best be you. Be you? Okay, I don't have a BU. That was not all that helpful. I mean, I assume this guy on the front is BU. Do we have an author for any of these? Nice and lean. Yeah, that was not as helpful as I was hoping it would. What in the picture can be killed and caught? Okay, the rooster? What? Killed it, cooked it, got the name for the article. Okay, so the name has something to do with rooster. Rooster's cry. Whew. Okay. We got there. I thought killed it, cooked it was like a metaphor. Like, I killed that job. But in the 70s, that doesn't make sense. I was led through the vineyards of the Perdito region, Chile, by a most unusual guide. A heavyset man with an eye patch and an air of deep melancholy and occasional eruptive anger. He could have been a Viking Norseman, dressed in an ill-fitting summer suit. He ran his vineyard with near military precision. I bet he did. He paused our tour to conduct a brief, purposeful conversation with a serious-looking man who was tailed by his melancholic son. I asked him what it was about. He looked at me with a glint in his eye. I believe that my friend Patrice is sending a guest my way this evening, a certain George. I'm going to show him true Chilean hospitality. I did not pause too long to imagine what that meant. Okay, so Cobra is Patrice? Perhaps? Seriously, man, tailed by his melancholic son. Patrice is sending a guest this way. He was, in truth, very sad. He had just been to the funeral of a dear friend earlier that day. David was a brilliant artist. We go back years. Fell in love with a girl once, champion skier who married a terrible man. Never got over it. It was a beautiful service, a Chinese church with its back to the mountains. Wonderful. I do think we saw a church. Okay. A brilliant artist. spoke fondly of his dear sister, a composer who no longer speaks to him. She lost her husband, a doctor in the war, and blames me. Motherfucker, I bet she fucking did. Okay, so he is Hansen, because the first of her last names is Hansen. So this guy is Casper Hansen. Okay. And the other one is Patrice something. When asked why, he turned his great sad eyes to bear down on me. You remember my friend, the one I mentioned. We were schoolboys together, like brothers. One day he told me he found a way to make some money. A simple task. He convinced me to help him. I didn't know it would lead to Nazism. He slammed a fist down on the table, startling me, but after a moment he only shook his head and took a gulp of wine. My sister always disapproved of my association with him and his NUF, National Union of Fascists, buddies, but I made sure she never knew any of the details of the work I did for him. Not until 5 years ago, which is when she wrote the song for Casper. She visited the vineyard, and I had a few too many glasses. I told her everything, going back to the beginning. She hasn't spoken to me since. He let out a heavy sigh, slumping back in his seat. After she went home, she wrote a piece of music dedicated to me. I guess I should be satisfied with that. He then began singing softly to himself, and before long drifted into a heavy, fitful sleep. Bruce Unwin. Footsteps in the South. Okay. I'm curious if we're going to see more of Bruce Unwin. He just has an accidentally miserable time traveling around South America because he only talks to former Nazis. I guess there's no such thing as a former Nazi. Simply a Nazi. Okay. Great. Great. Alright, so maybe we can find something more about him. Bruce Unwin. Footsteps. No, okay. Okay. Maybe we can call somebody. Like the publisher. Bernardo Publishing. Oh. Let me try that again. 1 4 5 3 2 5 2 2 2. Damn, okay. Wonder if I'll be able to call that in the future. Okay. She's got, I think, a first name, maybe? Patrice? We paused to conduct a brief, purposeful conversation with a serious-looking man who had been tailed by his melancholic son. I believe my friend Patrice is sending a guest my way this evening, a certain George. I meant to show him true Chilean hospitality. Participating and cheering for Chiquita is mandatory. Fell in love with a girl once, champion skier who married a terrible man. Oh, he's talking about David Fairview. Maybe? Never got over it. Oh no, I guess maybe not. Fell in love with a girl once, champion skier who married a terrible man. Never got over it. No, this feels like it's gonna connect back to some other things. But it doesn't help me right now. The Norwegian Culture article. I know. Yeah, I know this guy's name. All right. I'm gonna call it for the evening. We'll try to figure out more about the Cobra later. All right. Surely there's something I'm supposed to plug in because I need one more piece of evidence. But I'm not certain what I'm supposed to be getting out of this. Ah, there's a chapter on Schultz. Maybe this is what I'm supposed to get out of it? Once dismissed as a novelty, particularly by the serialists of the Dromst school, Schultz, I'm certain I'm mispronouncing that. I can only apologize. Has gained quiet admiration in recent years, especially among South American composers. Musical cryptography? Oh my Christ. All right. We're going to have to decode this when I get back. So we're going to have to, I guess we're just decoding that message, the music. Allowing composers to embed hidden messages within melodic motifs. The challenge lies in crafting phrases that are both musically engaging and textually meaningful. Oh, God. Okay. Technique is believed to originate with Norwegian resistant groups in the early 1940s who used concert programs to pass covert messages, sometimes detailing ammunition drops or attack plans without alerting occupying German forces. Phew. Okay. So we're going to have to decode. Go ahead and pin that. We're going to have to decode this later. What if it just says break up with him? Dump him. Brother, dump him. Brother, dump him. We'll see. That'll be the thing we do on the next stream, which will be Thursday. Thursday in April 2nd. Rebel Code and music thing is very fun. That's a real thing. Oh, Snake Lady says this is a real thing. It feels like a real thing. It feels like a very cool thing. Oh, we'll raid Val, yes. Thank you, Mechtel. As a reminder, tomorrow is April Fool's Day. So please be wary of everything you read or hear on the internet. You should already be that way with everything you read and hear on the internet, but I just want to reinforce that because I had forgotten. We'll be back Thursday with more of this game until we finish it. Open nothing except no crabs. Snake Lady says, please do not prank me, and I want to iterate that for me as well. Why would I be wary? I'm the king of fools. Who better to be wary? All right, we're raiding. I'll see you all Thursday. Bye.